NIO stock was down over 12% last week. It's down 6% on the month and up 23% in the last 3 months. NIO stock does look as if now it has hit resistance and the trend might be turning bearish. We have got a technical signal to sell this stock based on the recent price action. So in this video, I'm going to conduct a price analysis for NIO stock, offer my thoughts and opinions on whether NIO stock is a buy, hold or sell right now. Let's take a look. I'd like to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/DavidB for the 5 best stocks to buy now. Use my special link to get $200 off their epic annual subscription. Now, if you find value in my analysis of NIO stock today or other stocks on my channel, you may also find value in my email newsletter. If you subscribe, I'll share with you professional trading tips to help you make more money trading stocks. Link down below, check it out. So last week NIO stock was down over 12%. It has broken this key level of 632 support last week. It does look as if now, having gone below that level last week and closed for the week under this level, the trend is changing and there is a short-term bear trend starting. This week so far, it is indecisive whether the buyers or the sellers are going to take control. We've got an inside bar forming this week so far. It's going to be interesting to see how this week plays out. Are we going to see a reversal from this point here and NIO try to move back up? Or are we going to see more selling action? Looking at the big picture for NIO stock on the monthly chart, we can see it has been bearish over the last 4 years. Since the all-time high of $66 back in January 2021, NIO stock has been trending down long term. And you can see the monthly bars falling away into this low here, recently formed in April 2025. So this $3 low was the key reversal point for the current trend, which has been bullish in the last 6 months. NIO stock has moved up from $3 all the way up, hitting around about $8 at one point. But we can see now that after this bullish month in July, let's zoom in a bit, July, August and September, so 3 really strong months for NIO stock. It did hit resistance during October and also the end of September. It hasn't been able to get through around $8. And now, based on approximately half a month's data, November does look as if now the trend may be reversing. So we've got a red down bar forming for November so far, suggesting that price is going to reverse here and potentially fall away. And this price action, if you look back, this price action is in keeping with the long-term bear trend. We can see since the all-time high, NIO stock has been bearish. It has been trending down. And we know, and I've mentioned this in previous videos, there are a number of counter trends to the overall bear trend. So you can see in this instance here, May 2022, it fell into 1160 before having a couple of months up, breaking the downtrend line, giving investors hope that the trend was changing. And it did change for a few months, only to hit resistance and fall away once again. So then fell into support here, about 827. It tried to move back up, not enough buying, fell away again, hit this support here at $7. There were 2 bullish months up during June and July 2023. Hit resistance here about $16 before it was sold off once again. NIO stock fell away over the next sort of 12 months. It fell into support here at around 357. Really bullish month here during September 2024 to create this key level of around about $7.71, $8. And we can see since the $3 low, NIO has been bullish. It has been bought up by investors and traders. But right now, during October and September, we can see NIO has hit that key level. It has hit this resistance level created by the price action about a year ago. And it does look as if now it can't get through. It's hit resistance. And the risk now is that NIO stock might fall away. Back on the weekly chart, we can see how NIO stock has been trying very hard to get through this key level of $7.71, $8, but it just can't get through at the moment. There's just too much selling pressure at this key price level. Since the $3 low, NIO has been looking good. It did move up to around 450, formed a higher base back at 330 before breaking the confirmed downtrend line during July and August this year, looking really bullish. Did retrace, formed a higher base around about 445 before it pushed back up again. Buyers coming back in to create this peak at about 680. Had a brief rest, fell into a higher base about 560 before, in the last 6 to 8 weeks, it's been trying to break through this key level of $7.70, $8. So it's tried here and failed in September, tried again last week of September, failed. It also failed again in the first week of October. So it's had 3 or 4 attempts to break this level, but it just can't get through. There's just too many sellers active at this key level. So since then, it did fall away and found support at 631. So we've got a number of higher bases since the $3 low. You can see here, higher base here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it fell into support here, and we were hoping there would be a nice breakout to the upside, breaking that key level, but it just didn't happen. You can see here, we had an inside bar, up bar, then a down bar here. And since this point, it's only got up to 756. So it couldn't really get close to this key level. Now, since that time, so 3 weeks ago, it has been bearish. So it fell in that week, it fell last week, and now it looks as if inside bar so far this week. We've got a few more trading days this week to show whether the buyers or the sellers are going to come back in this week to push NIO's price up or down. On the weekly chart, we can see there is a technical signal to sell this stock. We can see since that peak here of $7.74, $8, NIO has fallen away. It did form a low here, and then it did bounce back up to create a lower high. So you can see here, this high here is lower than that one, suggesting the trend is changing. And then last week, price action did break that last low. So it does suggest with a lower high and a lower low, technically there is a short-term downtrend starting. Now, of course, it might reverse in the next few weeks. It might do that based on the upcoming earnings report. But purely from a technical perspective, there is a sell signal last week confirmed when this level was broken. I mean, you could argue you're going to wait 2 weeks for confirmation depending on your rules. But technically, if you bought this stock on either the trend line break or through confirmation on a Dow theory entry. So if you put your entry right here, so you've got a low here, peak, you've got a higher low, and then you've got a higher high. So if you entered here on that price break, that would be an entry, or you could have entered on the trend line break. So you've got 1 break of the trend line, 2 breaks. You could have entered around about here on this open on the week of 20th of July. So that's another entry point. Either way, if you entered this trade on either the Dow entry or the trend line break, you would have made a decent profit based on these trading rules. Let's have a look. So if you entered there on Dow theory and you sold this week or last week, you're looking at a 40% profit on the Dow entry. And then if you bought on the trend line break, so 1 close, 2 close, week after, enter there, and then sell this Monday following the close last week, you would have made around 23% profit. So trading wise, the signals are there to make money on this stock. Technically, it's looking like a sell based on the rules last week, but depending on your strategy and rules, you might want to hold for the next 2 weeks because the fundamental aspects are coming into play. Earnings is going to report in around about 8 days. Sales for NIO have been excellent. They've been breaking records, which is really positive. But of course, we need to see that bottom line improving, the expenses going down, the income going up, and an overall stronger balance sheet. If they can report stronger overall net position, I think that's going to attract new investors as they see more chance of this company breaking even and moving towards profitability in 2026. But it still remains a high risk stock, doesn't pay a dividend, and it's not profitable yet. So watch this stock carefully in the next few weeks. As I said in this video, there are some technical signals to sell this stock if you are a trader. But of course, if you're long-term bullish on NIO and you believe in this company long-term, could be an opportunity to build your position with lower prices. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are you going to exit this stock this week or perhaps next week? Are you trading it from $3? Did you make a profit? Let me know in the comments. I'm keen to hear your feedback. Thanks for watching.